Have you ever been feeling clean after taking a shower and then noticed an odd odor or irritation in an area you don't often notice? It's simple to think we're clean, but beyond 70, the body starts to change subtly, and the hygiene practices that worked for us for decades might not be sufficient. In this video, we'll reveal 3 often overlooked body regions that, if neglected, grow more susceptible as we age. These spots may subtly encourage rashes, fungal infections, or even health issues that negatively impact your overall health. You'll also find out at the end about a shocking bodily area that can be wasting your energy without you even realizing it. This tiny alteration in consciousness has the power to alter your daily emotions. Thus, be sure to see it through to the very conclusion. Before we get started, if you find this topic interesting, please give the video a thumbs up, post a 0 in the comments if you would prefer to see something different next time, or a 1 if you are watching and learning. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Let's get started. First up, your feet are the cornerstone of your health. Your feet most likely don't come to mind when you consider the body components that help you stay independent, active, and connected to the outside world. However, they should. They support your balance, bear your weight, and enable you to walk, stand, stretch, and even dance on a daily basis. They serve as the cornerstone of your freedom and, in many respects, your mobility. Here's the silent reality, though. The feet start to deteriorate in silence beyond the age of 70. They grow easier to overlook, drier, more sensitive, and slower to heal. And the consequences of neglecting them can go beyond merely hurt feelings. They may result in wounds, infections, or even permanent impairment. Let's examine why your feet are more important than ever as you get older, and how taking a few minutes each day to take care of them may safeguard your comfort, independence, and health. Naturally, as we age, our bodies undergo changes that impact our lower limbs. Even a minor blister may take weeks to cure, because circulation slows down and less blood reaches the extremities. The skin gets thinner and drier as its protecting oils are lost. Because of this, the soles and heels are more likely to develop cracks, which may appear innocuous but could serve as entry points for fungi and bacteria. Simultaneously, the immune system's ability to combat infections declines. Even minor ailments like sports foot or a minor cut between the toes are more difficult to recover from as a result. Individuals who suffer from long-term illnesses like diabetes or peripheral artery disease are much more vulnerable. Nerve injury brought on by these conditions may result in a loss of feeling in the feet. Therefore, injuries might go unreported. Without you noticing, a tiny rock in your shoe could cause your skin to become inflamed. The risk is only increased by poor circulation, which slows down healing and raises the possibility of major side effects like ulcers or, in the worst situations, amputation. Ignoring your feet, however, can eventually result in discomfort, imbalance, and restricted movement, even if you do not have a chronic ailment. Things that have an immediate effect on your level of freedom and well-being. Let's examine some of the most common foot issues that older folks deal with. Athletes' foot and other fungal diseases are frequent between the toes, particularly when the area remains moist. What starts out as a slight redness or itching can develop into a painful rash that spreads swiftly. Fissures caused by dry, cracked skin, especially on the heels, may bleed or get infected. There's more to these cracks than just discomfort. They serve as bacterial gateways. A fungal infection, which can cause brittle nails and pain when walking, may be indicated by thick or discolored toenails. Bunions, corns, or calluses can hurt and change your gait, which might lead to joint issues or falls. The good news is that with a little perseverance and patience, the majority of these problems may be avoided. Consider Harold, a 78-year-old retired electrician who loved taking morning strolls around his community. As the years passed, he started to experience moderate itching between his toes and some dryness on his feet. He dismissed it as a natural consequence of growing older. He neglected to moisturize, hardly ever checked his soles, and he didn't hesitate when his heel ached. Harold's daughter saw that he was limping one day. Upon additional inspection, they discovered an infected, fractured heel. He was unable to walk due to the pain. A doctor's visit verified that a fungal infection had progressed as a result of extended dryness and neglect. Harold gradually recovered his comfort level with medicine, a new personal cleanliness regimen, and orthopedic shoes, but the event served as a wake-up call. He hasn't missed a walk since he started spending 10 minutes every morning taking care of his feet. This is a useful, step-by-step regimen that you may do every day to maintain strong, healthy feet. Examine every day. Spend a few minutes every day checking your feet, preferably before bed or in the morning. Keep an eye out for any changes in skin tone or nail texture, as well as redness, swelling, dry patches, cuts, blisters, or blisters. If necessary, ask a trusted person for assistance or use a magnifying mirror. The key is early detection. Are thoroughly but gently cleaned. Use a mild, unscented soap and warm, not hot water. Make sure to clean around the heels, under the nails, and in between the toes, but refrain from vigorous scrubbing. You can use your hands or a gentle washcloth. 7. Let it dry completely. Especially between the toes, pat dry your feet with a gentle, clean towel. The ideal conditions for fungal infections are produced by residual moisture. A long-handled towel or a hairdryer set to cold can be used to gently hydrate your feet if you have trouble reaching them. To seal in moisture and stop cracking, use a lotion that isn't oily or scented to the tops and bottoms of your feet. Avoid putting moisturizer in the spaces between your toes, as this can trap it and encourage the formation of fungus. Whoosh! Select appropriate footwear. Put on shoes that support your arches and fit properly. Steer clear of shoes that are too tight or composed of materials that don't breathe. To ensure that shoes dry completely between uses, change them every day. Choose cotton or specialty synthetic fiber socks that drain away moisture and replace them every day. Take a look. Maintain the health of your toenails. To prevent ingrown nails, cut your nails straight across. Avoid making them too short. Make use of clean clippers. Additionally, see a podiatrist if your nails start to get thick, discolored, or brittle. Maintaining good foot hygiene involves more than just preventing discomfort or infections. It's about protecting your freedom to life. You literally walk through life on your feet. Your world gets smaller when they hurt. You go out less and move less. It might start depending on other people for assistance. Feelings of powerlessness or loneliness may eventually result from this. However, you're making a statement when you take care of your feet on a daily basis. I still want to go for a walk, explore, go to the market, give my grandchild a hug, or go for a park walk. Skin and bones are only one aspect of it. It has to do with independence, self-assurance, and dignity. 10 minutes of attentive attention can save days, weeks, or even months of pain or medical care. The next time you sit down to put on your shoes or slippers, take a moment to ask yourself, have I given my feet the care they need today? Making foot care a priority not only safeguards your health, but also lays a more solid and resilient basis for all of your endeavors. Please leave the first comment below if you're still watching and finding this useful so I know you're following along. Additionally, if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and forward it to someone who might find these brief but impactful reminders helpful. We appreciate you taking the time to focus on something as basic yet significant as your feet. The groin region, which is the second part, is a secret source of confidence and comfort. Although it is rarely spoken, a certain body region frequently results in some of the most unpleasant problems, particularly as people age. The groin is the location. Many older persons neglect this section of their daily hygiene practice because it is difficult to discuss, even with loved ones or doctors, rather than because it is unimportant. Here's the reality, though. The groin area needs more, not less, attention after the age of 70. This private area has the potential to subtly cause irritation, infection, and even major health problems if left unchecked. You may maintain your cleanliness, comfort, and confidence without feeling ashamed or embarrassed with just a few minutes of regular care. By nature, the groin is a warm, humid place. Skin folds, perspiration, and poor air circulation make it the perfect environment for the growth of bacteria, fungus, and yeast. This region becomes more vulnerable as we age due to a number of changes. Reduced mobility makes it more difficult to get to the region and adequately clean or dry it. Skin becomes thinner, less elastic, and more prone to friction and drooping. Increased sweating is possible, particularly for people who occasionally have incontinence. More moisture is introduced to the area when absorbent pads or adult briefs are worn. Obesity and diabetes increase the risk of infection and skin deterioration. Tight or synthetic garments can further aggravate skin irritation by trapping heat. These elements combine to form a perfect storm. If left untreated, a minor discomfort, perhaps a little redness or itching, can quickly turn into a painful, long-lasting condition. Intertrigo, a red, raw rash that results from friction between skin folds in moist areas, yeast infections, candida, or fungal rashes like jock itch that cause burning, itching, or peeling skin, odor that persists even after showering, and skin breakdown that results in sores or open wounds, especially in people with diabetes or limited mobility, are some of the most common problems that affect the groin. There are more than simply physical repercussions. Even simple activities like walking, sitting, or sleeping can become difficult when the groin is irritated. This can eventually impact your energy, mood, and even your willingness to mingle or go out. Let's talk about Helen, a 79-year-old former librarian who took great satisfaction in her independence and cleanliness. She dressed in new clothing and took a bath every day. But as time passed, she became aware of a little smell that appeared to persist. She felt uneasy even after washing, but she kept it a secret from her family, believing it to be a normal aspect of growing older. Itching and discomfort eventually joined the odor. After assisting her in examining it more closely, her primary care nurse found that the folds of her groin had developed a slight yeast infection. Helen was shocked that it was only somewhat annoying rather than painful. However, the symptoms subsided once she started a mild daily regimen that included appropriate drying and a protective cream. I was unaware of the extent to which this was influencing my sense of self-worth. She later said, "It's like I got a piece of my confidence back. Taking care of this area doesn't have to be complicated. A few mindful steps can keep the skin protected and healthy. Clean with warm water and unscented soap. Whether you're taking a full shower or doing a sponge bath, gently wash the entire groin area, including skin folds and creases. Use a soft cloth or just your hands. Avoid scented soaps, which can cause irritation, or dry thoroughly. Pat the area dry using a soft towel, especially where skin touches skin. Never rub aggressively. If you have trouble reaching certain spots, consider using a hairdryer on a cool, gentle setting. Make sure there's no lingering moisture, especially between folds. Manage moisture. If dryness is an issue, apply a small amount of zinc oxide cream or cornstarch-based powder to keep skin protected. Avoid talcum powders, which have been linked to health concerns, and never use scented products that can inflame delicate skin. Wear breathable underwear. Choose underwear made of cotton or moisture-wicking fabrics. Avoid tight garments or synthetic materials that trap heat. Change underwear daily or more often if needed. If you wear absorbent products like briefs or pads, change them regularly and make sure the skin is fully dry before putting on a fresh one. Woo! Inspect the area briefly each day. Take 20 to 30 seconds during your daily routine to check for signs of irritation such as redness, itching, peeling, or unusual odor. If you need help checking, a hand mirror or assistance from a trusted caregiver can be useful. Look, speak up early. If symptoms don't go away within a few days, or if the area becomes painful, rough, or weepy, speak with a healthcare provider. They've seen it all before. And early treatment can prevent bigger issues down the line. This isn't just about hygiene. It's about comfort. It's about confidence. It's about dignity. Many older adults experience growing discomfort and suffer in silence, believing it's just an embarrassing part of aging. But it doesn't have to be. Taking control of your personal care is one of the simplest and most powerful ways to protect your sense of self. Proper groin care allows you to move more freely, sleep more peacefully, and feel better in your body. It takes just a few minutes a day, but the impact can be profound. It's not vanity, it's self-respect. The next time you freshen up, don't skip this area. Your health and your happiness depend on it. By treating your groin area with the same attention you give to your hands, face, or feet, you strengthen your commitment to aging with grace. It may be a private part of your body, but its impact on your well-being is public and far-reaching. So here's a simple reminder: clean, dry, protect, repeat. If you're still watching this video and have found this information helpful, please comment number 2 below. It lets me know you're still here with me and that this message matters. And if you haven't already, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with someone you care about, because sometimes the smallest acts of care make the biggest difference in how we feel. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your willingness to care for every part of yourself with respect and love. Part 3. The navel area is a hidden pocket that deserves daily care. It might seem strange to dedicate an entire section to something as small and quiet as your belly button, but this tiny dip in the middle of your abdomen is far more important than most people realize, especially after the age of 70. Many of us pay close attention to our hands, face, and feet, but the navel, it rarely gets any care, and that's where the problem begins. This often ignored little area can easily collect dirt, sweat, soap residue, and dead skin. When left unchecked, it can become a perfect hiding place for bacteria and yeast, silently leading to irritation or infection. For older adults, this simple oversight can have surprisingly uncomfortable consequences. So today, let's bring this forgotten part of the body into the spotlight and learn how just a few mindful minutes a day can prevent discomfort and protect your sense of cleanliness, comfort, and dignity. Your belly button is a recess space, often moist and sheltered by the folds of your midsection. It's a natural collection point for various types of debris, sweat, lint, dead skin cells, and soap buildup. The assumption for most people is that a quick rinse in the shower is enough, but unfortunately, that's rarely the case, especially for seniors. As we get older, a combination of physical and biological changes make the belly button more susceptible to problems. Loose skin and muscle loss around the abdomen can cause the navel to become deeper and harder to access. Declining immunity slows your body's response to minor infections. Reduced flexibility makes it difficult to thoroughly clean the area. Health conditions like diabetes and obesity increase the risk of skin infections. Past surgeries or piercings in the abdominal area may create scar tissue or crevices that trap bacteria. All these factors come together to make the navel not just a cosmetic concern, but a true health consideration in older age. When neglected, the navel can develop issues that may go unnoticed at first, but gradually worsen over time. Some early signs of trouble include a persistent musty or sour odor, itching that doesn't go away, redness or mild swelling, A damp or sticky sensation, sometimes with light discharge, flaking skin, or a feeling of irritation around the area. These signs are often misattributed to dry skin or sensitivity to clothing or detergent, but in reality, they could indicate a low-grade infection, often fungal or bacterial in nature. If left untreated, this can evolve into ampulitis, an infection of the nev. In seniors, ampulitis is more difficult to treat due to slow skin regeneration and weakened immune response. What starts as a small irritation could become a condition requiring antibiotics or topical medication. Carl was 77 when he first noticed that his shirts had started sticking to his abdomen more than usual, especially during warmer days. He figured it was just sweat. Over time, though, he began to experience a mild itch near his belly button. He tried switching laundry detergents, thinking he might be having an allergic reaction, but the discomfort persisted. Then came a faint but unmistakable odor. Carl's wife urged him to get it checked. At the clinic, the doctor found that Carl had developed a yeast infection inside his belly button, caused by trap moisture and a buildup of soap and skin debris. It was a simple fix: gentle daily cleaning, full drying, and avoiding lotions or ointments inside the navel. Carl followed the instructions and noticed improvement within days. What surprised him most was how much that little irritation had affected his mood and overall energy. "It's such a small spot," he said, "but it made a big difference when it wasn't right. Now that it's better, I feel more myself again." The good news is that you don't need any expensive products or complicated tools to take care of your belly button. Just a few simple intentional steps can help prevent buildup and irritation. E. Clean gently each day. During your regular bath or sponge wash, take an extra moment to clean the inside of your navel. Use warm water and a mild, fragrance-free soap. Avoid harsh cleansers that could irritate the sensitive skin. Use the corner of a soft washcloth, your fingertip, or a cotton swab to clean inside the navel gently. Do not dig or press too hard, especially if the area is sensitive, or rinse thoroughly. Soap residue can contribute to buildup and dryness. After cleaning, use a clean, damp cloth to wipe the area again and remove any remaining soap. Send. Dry completely. Use a soft towel, cotton pad, or tissue to carefully dry the area. Moisture left behind can become a breeding ground for microbes. For deeper navels or hard-to-reach spots, a hairdryer on the cool setting can be helpful. Avoid moisturizers inside the navel. While moisturizing the skin is essential, you should avoid applying lotion or oil directly into the belly button. The added moisture can become trapped and encourage fungal growth. Clean more frequently in certain situations. If you sweat a lot, live in a humid environment, or have a deeper navel, consider cleaning the area twice a day. It takes less than a minute, but helps prevent unwanted buildup. Luke, watch for changes. Check your navel for signs of irritation, swelling, discharge, or an unpleasant smell. These could be early signs of infection. If anything feels off or doesn't go away in a few days, consult healthcare provider. It might seem like a small detail in your daily routine, but keeping your navel clean is part of maintaining your overall health. Think of it as a small closet in your home. You don't see inside often, but if ignored, it gathers dust, dirt, and clutter. A clean belly button helps prevent discomfort, avoids minor infections that can become serious, and gives you a deeper sense of well-being. It's about more than just avoiding odor or itching. It's about knowing that every part of your body matters, no matter how small. Especially for seniors, this practice is not about being fussy. It's about staying proactive, self-aware, and committed to personal care. In the journey of aging, it's easy to focus only on the big health issues, blood pressure, cholesterol, but often it's the small, overlooked details that quietly impact how we feel each day. Caring for your navel might seem insignificant, but it's an act of self-respect. It says, "I value my body enough to care for every part of it, even the ones that aren't visible or glamorous. Therefore, spend an additional 30 seconds in the shower tomorrow to give your belly button the attention it needs. It's straightforward, kind, and effective. Please leave the third remark below if you're still watching this video and found this portion useful. It lets me know you're still with me and supports our ongoing efforts to create a community that values straightforward, useful care. If you haven't already, kindly like, subscribe, and forward this video to someone who could use a gentle reminder that even the tiniest bodily part requires significant attention. I genuinely appreciate your time and consideration. Part 4. Concluding remarks. The goo, navel, feet, and underarms. Although they can appear to be insignificant bodily parts, they actually reveal more about how we take care of ourselves as we become older. The subtle voice of each of these regions whispers about our skin integrity, immunity, circulation, and even emotional comfort. Nevertheless, they are frequently disregarded in everyday personal hygiene practices, particularly after the age of 70. Let's review our findings for a moment. Walking isn't the only use for the feet. They serve as a basis for your autonomy. Fungal infections, cracks, balance problems, and even falls might result from neglecting them. Problems can be avoided before they worsen by washing gently every day, properly drying between the toes, and monitoring for changes. With more than 20 lymph nodes, the underarms are more than just places to perspire. Allowing perspiration, deodorant accumulation, or germs to persist here can sap your energy and subtly affect your lymphatic flow, even though they are essential for eliminating toxins and controlling your body's immune system. The delicate and frequently concealed groin area requires respect and attention. It is more vulnerable to infections, abrasion, and moisture accumulation as it ages. Not only does keeping it dry and clean protect the skin, but it also helps one feel more comfortable and respectable. Debris and bacteria can readily accumulate in the navel, a small indentation in the middle of your abdomen. You can feel better and save weeks of suffering with a quick 30-second cleaning procedure. What is the underlying meaning then? Little actions can make a big difference. Extreme changes are not necessary for healthy aging. Consistent, gentle self-care is the first step. It may seem insignificant to dedicate 5 minutes a day to these 4 areas, but doing so directly safeguards your comfort, mobility, and self-assurance. It's energy, not vanity. Seniors who focus on these areas frequently report feeling more connected to their body, having better sleep, having fewer infections, and experiencing less annoyance. Chasing youth is not the point. It's about honoring the body you currently inhabit. What surprised you the most about what you learned today? Was it the significance of keeping your toes dry? Or how taking care of your underarms helps your immune system? Or that even the belly button is more important than we once believed? Put the number 4 in the comment section below. I would love to know if you are still with me if you have watched this far. Please take a time to like this video if you found it useful. Tell someone you care about it. For more advice on how to live well at any age, subscribe to my channel. From your feet to your core, you deserve to feel renewed, respected, and in charge.